Hi, welcome along everyone. Do you find it frustrating when you have to keep on bleeding radiators in your house? Do you always find there's one? There is always one, isn't there, that keeps getting air in it and you have to keep on going up there and bleeding it. It even can get as bad as that air valve wearing out eventually, and you have to replace the air valve, or in worst cases, if the air valve's at the back of the radiator, the whole radiator. I've had a lot of people ask me about these air valves and what they can do to get around the problem, and I have the perfect solution here. This is from a German firm called Reichelt, and it's an automatic air valve. This sticks in your radiator and takes the place of the existing one that's there. So I will show you how to fit it. It's very, very easy and in operation. Well, here is my offending radiator. It's the one in the bathroom. Now, most radiators these days, I know a few of the old ones do not have this, but most do have a thread, half-inch thread plug in one end of the radiator. And you can either replace that end with this valve, or you can take the existing bleed valve out, which is that one. It's entirely your choice which one you want to choose to replace. Most radiators will have a lock shield valve at one end and a thermostatic valve at the other. Okay, so it's pretty simple to isolate the radiator. Just turn your thermostatic valve all the way until it will not turn any further. In my case, that is 0, that is off, okay? So that one is fairly simple. We're going to go over now to the lock shield end. Now, actually this one's had a turn valve fitted. What you've got to do, take the top off. It may have a screw in the top of that. Some have a screw, you have to take that off first, pull it off, and that will reveal the top. Now all you've got to do on this, really, is remember how many turns you turn this valve down, because when you turn it back on, you want to turn it on the same amount, and that's because the system's probably balanced, and you wouldn't want to unbalance a system by having it full on. So what we do here is just count the amount of turns that we turn this valve. I know it's not many on this. Well, there we are. Mine's just half a turn, okay, and mine's off. But yours might be a couple of turns. So just memorise the amount of turns that you do, and then turn it the same amount when you go back on. Now, with your air key, okay, one of these, we've all got these, I'm sure. Put it in. Make sure you put a little container down there to catch the water, okay, like I've done there. Just to catch the excess that's going to come out, because it will obviously have to drop the level of water down to there. So we're going to open this valve up and drop that level down. You won't get much out, just that little bit there, see it? Not too bad. The main bit you'll get out is when we actually unscrew this. And the good thing about this job is virtually all the tools you need is just an adjustable spanner, and that's just one of these very cheap and cheerful tools. So it's not a big job, and you'd say then the other tool, maybe a screwdriver to take the top off the lock shield valve if it's a screw type. So now that's leveled off, we're going to unscrew this now. There will be a bit more water this time because the level of the rad has got to drain down to there. So make sure you've got your container at the bottom and possibly an old towel. Okay, so with our trusty spanner, we're now going to undo this here now. I'm going to do this kind of one-handed because the other hand's holding the camera. Jan's not with me today, so time to have a crack at it myself. She's busy. This will come out pretty easy in most cases, unless they've been in there a long time. They usually come out fairly simple. Alright, so all you need is an adjustable spanner. Get it out. You should get hand tight in the end. Just do it loosely towards the finish, because there'll be a bit more water there as that end comes out. Can you see it there? Just where the rad is balancing itself with the level. There's a little bit more there now. Can you see that? So just let it down gently so it runs down the radiator and into the bowl at the bottom. Okay. You want to level out. Okay, if you've got too much there for your container, screw it back in slightly and then empty your container like mine here. A little bit full up. It's a lovely colour of water too, isn't it? As usual, always is. Okay, then back and do the rest of it. Okay, and there we are. You can see now that the water has levelled out. Okay, so make sure this joint here is all clean. And literally this new valve just screws straight in. So we'll do that next. Here is our valve. And literally it just screws straight back in. So because I'm replacing the air valve as well, you can just take the plug out and leave your old air valve there if you want to. That's entirely your choice. Get it up finger tight and then we'll screw it in with the spanner. Okay. Now it's hand tight. Of course we just nip this up now with our spanner. Doesn't need to go in too tight. Okay, just keep it going in like so until you feel it bite into the rubber washer. There's no need to put any sealant around it. No need to put any Boss White, hemp tape or anything else. Okay, there's a rubber washer in it. When you get happy with that, you can turn this little bit here, which is your automatic part, wherever you want. Okay. As obviously that part there is the part that any water is going to come out. So make sure it's not facing the wall over there or something like that. Make sure it's in a nice position for you to put anything under, a bit of cloth in for when you bleed this manually. Okay, because you can bleed it manually first, then once that's done, it can be left automatic after that. So now all we've got to do is turn the rad back on. Just remember how many times that you turned the valve, okay, how many times it was on. Mine was only half a turn, and just put your spanner on and go back that half a turn. So we're going back like that. My valve was just facing me that way there. It was only just on. Okay, so that's set for mine. With your thermostatic end, set it wherever you normally have it. I have mine up full in the bathroom. I like plenty of heat, especially when you're getting out of the shower. Now you'll find the valve starts auto venting straight away really, but in case there's anything left, you just undo this with your fingers. You don't need to do a span on it. And there we are, you can see the water in mine. It's already filled up and vented itself. Okay, just turn it back with your hand, that's all you've got to do with your fingers. And that's it, that's job done. Clear up your little bit of mess. There's a specification of them. Rather good. Both to save you 20%. There we are, we'll see in money and time. But I think it will save me just the time of doing it. I've done about the 20% just to keep going up and bleeding that radiator. So, the air valves, if you're interested, are £16.91 from reichelt.co.uk. They are a really good firm. They're up to 20% cheaper than most other rival firms on there, so well worth a look at. All my stuff, you know where to go, usual place, Derrickton 33. Thanks for watching guys, bye bye.